Satish Gujral, the non-Nigerian artist, is an icon for modernism in India. His art and architecture have been a vanguard in the development of modern art in the country. This exhibition, held in New Delhi in early 2016, is the beginning of a celebratory year of events to mark his 90th birthday. Gujral was among the millions of Indians overwhelmed by the tide of partition. Among survivors on both sides, some internalized their trauma, others wrote, some spoke, while a silenced Gujral painted out the maelstrom of his emotions. Recognized today as a tour de force in modern Indian art, these, his oldest surviving works, seem to burst from their frames with powerful brushstrokes that vividly portray a generation's grief and shock. Gujral's portraits, while seemingly simple, are painted with strong outlines and bold colors. His first major commission was a portrait of Lala Lajpat Rai for the Central Hall of Parliament. While representational accuracy was sometimes sacrificed in these portraits, the intensity of emotion displayed was never in doubt. During the early 60s, Satish Gujral temporarily rejected a depiction of the body as narrative, moving towards more visually abstracted forms. He was to pioneer the creation of collages in India. Though unlike practitioners worldwide, he only used paper, playing with its texture, color and form to create a multiplicity of emotions. By the 70s and 80s, Gujral's canvases gave abstract expression to religious themes, ideographic and satirical paintings, often making a talismanic use of the Devanagari script, amongst other symbols. Satish Gujral's 2-year stint in Mexico exposed him to Mexican muralism, and the process of using mosaic and acrylic combined with silicone, automobile paint and glass mosaic were heady new experiments that he was witness to. The Mayor's School of Art at Lahore had trained Gujral to blend the three arts of painting, sculpture and architectural drawing. His iconic design for the Belgian embassy at Delhi captured popular imagination. The project was later recognized by the International Jury of Architecture as being amongst the 1,000 best architectural buildings of the 20th century. Gujral was to go on to design several public and private projects, residences, palaces and cultural complexes in India and abroad. Satish Gujral was trained in all the arts needed to be a master craftsman. This journey exposed him to forms and materials that took shape as sculptures using industrial rubble, patinated metal, and mirrors. In the 70s, a series of industrial exhibitions and trade fairs resulted in commissions for large murals and outdoor sculptural installations. Satish Gujral's work has always been marked by a search for the materiality of the times and the places he's worked in. His burnt wood sculpture of torched cindered wood with leather lashings, color, beads and gnarled shapes are universally acknowledged as being part of a significant oeuvre of works charged with political meaning. In 1998, at the age of 73, Satish Gujral was given a cochlear implant, enabling him to hear after 6 decades of silence. As he learned to distinguish different sounds, the exuberance manifested in his art through renewed vigor and a fresh palette of colors. His surfaces of wood-bonded sawdust gave an even texture to canvases under a coat of luminous colors. In his newer subjects, he revisited earlier sorrows, now garbed in vibrant colors that suggested equanimity, realms away from the previous dark despair. For enthusiasts of material culture and followers of modern Indian art, it is a singular and rare privilege to see the unbroken trajectory of a living artist's oeuvre over 6 decades. Institutions, private art collectors, and significant national repositories like the National Gallery of Modern Art, Delhi, and the Government Museum and Art Gallery, Chandigarh, today hold Satish Gujral's works. In the delineation of forms in many current works, Satish Gujral seems to be revisiting themes and ideas that captured his attention from nearly half a century ago. These newer works, much larger in size, are infused with a fresher palette of color and have familiar elements revealing memories from his childhood. The artist seems to be coming full circle, recalling a past and interpreting it in his trademark idiom, allowing us vignettes of a life fully lived.